Just because it hasn't touched your family doesn't mean it's not destroying ours. Stay strong, Crowborough. Ignore the lefties and their shit. We stand with you. So we have X because of Elon. Thank you, Elon. We just need the nose ring lefties to wake the fuck up. Just because it hasn't touched your family doesn't mean it's not destroying ours. Anyway, my British darlings, I will continue to fight for us. Enjoy the song. Cheers.
In the shadows of our streets I stand alone, whispering truths that the blind won't own. Why do you lefties hate our British heritage so much? How can you support open borders when it's destroying our communities? Don't you see that mass immigration is replacing our culture? Why are you so obsessed with being woke instead of patriotic? The night falls, heavy fears creep in the dark. Girls scared to walk home, especially at night. Just because it isn't happening to your girlfriend, your sister, and your mother's doesn't mean it isn't happening. Hear the silent cries, the lefties versus the right, Amelia. I'm fighting for the light in this Gothic fight. When will you wake up to the Labour Party's lies? How can you call love in England far right? Thank God for Elon Musk and X for us Brits to see what's going on. The truth we can't suppress. The lefties versus the right, Amelia. In this pop of shadows, I'll never back down. Echoes in the fog, the betrayal runs deep. Why do you defend criminals over British families? Don't you realize the government is betraying us all? How blind are you to the great replacement happening right now? Why do you prioritize foreigners over your own people? When are you going to stop calling everything racist? The moon watches over the fearful hearts. Girls clutching keys like weapons in the park. Just because it isn't happening to your girlfriend, your sister, or aunt, your mother's doesn't mean it isn't happening. Feel the terror spark. The lefties versus the right, Amelia. Dark melodies in this endless night. How can you support Starmer's evil agenda? Don't you care about protecting our borders? Thank God for Elon Musk and X for us Brits to see what's going on. Breaking through the hex. The lefties versus the right, Amelia. Gothic pop rebellion rising from the ground. Why are you so afraid of real British pride? How long will you ignore the damage from multiculturalism? When will lefties admit patriotism isn't hate? Why do you mock those who love their country? Don't you see how woke policies are ruining the UK? How can you back the Fabian cult that's controlling us? Why won't you stand with me to make Britain great again? In the whispers of the wind I call your name. Veils of deception tearing through the veil. Why do you pretend everything's fine when girls are scared to walk home at night? Just because it isn't happening to your girlfriend doesn't mean it isn't happening. How can you ignore the fear in our sisters' eyes every evening? Don't you care that our aunts check over their shoulders the whole way home? Why do you call it fear-mongering when mothers are terrified for their daughters? It isn't happening to your girlfriend, so you just close your eyes. How blind are you to the girls who won't even leave the house after dark anymore? When will you admit open borders are making our streets dangerous for women? Just because your sister feels safe doesn't erase the ones who aren't. The lefties versus the right, Amelia. Haunted rhythms in the fight for right. Why do you defend policies that leave our mothers anxious and locking doors early? Don't you hear the stories of girls running home in panic? how safe British girls really feel. Just because it hasn't touched your family doesn't mean it's not destroying ours. How long will you pretend multiculturalism isn't costing our daughters their freedom? Why mock patriots when girls are literally scared to walk home at night? Don't you see our mothers, sisters, aunts terrified in their own country? Wake up, lefties. Just because it isn't happening to your girlfriend, your sister, and your mothers doesn't mean